Hello, math makers, and thank you for joining me for another math lesson. This is Telling Time Part 3, and in reality, if it were me, I wish I could make this Part 2, but it's already posted. But I would suggest doing this video first based on some things I saw with my class yesterday during our lesson. So we're going to review just like we did yesterday. We're going to start off with some key terms that we need to know, and then we're going to move into practice telling time on the fives. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, some math terms to know. First, there's a minute hand and an hour hand. The minute hand is longer and it shows how many minutes have passed, and that's the minute hand. The hour hand is shorter, and there's your shorter hand, and it shows what hour we are on during the day. One way I remember that is the word hour is shorter than the word minute, so it's got a shorter hand. The word minute is longer. It's got the longer hand. That's one way I used to always remember. Some other things we need to know about the minute hand, because in lesson 1, we really talked about the hour hand. So let's review these things about the minute hand. There's 60 minutes in an hour. It moves all the way around the clock every hour, moving just a little bit every minute. And a minute is 60 seconds. Every time it comes to a number, 5 minutes has passed. So when you see these numbers around it, these numbers really aren't for the minutes as much as they are for the hours. Really, the minutes, these numbers just tell you how many jumps of 5 to make. So if I'm here, I'm making 2 jumps of 5. 5, 10. So it doesn't really, for minutes, it's a 10 and not a 2. All right, some other math terms we need to know. One is a quarter after. It means 15 minutes have passed. How do I know this? That's a 3. That means 3 jumps. 5, 10, 15. So it's 15 minutes have passed. So it's a quarter past that hour. So that would be 5:15 on that clock. Next is half past. And you can see that the hour is half over. And for this video, for these few slides, I picked this clock with where it's been broken up into 4 pieces. All the pieces are the same. I like to think of it as 4 quarters make a dollar. 4 parts make a whole, so each one of these is 1/4, which is also 1/4. By the time we've gotten straight down, we have moved halfway around the clock, so that's half past. That means 30 minutes have gone. Next, we have a quarter till. 45 minutes have passed, and it's 15 minutes to the next hour. Now, we had a quarter after here and half past here, and this is a quarter till because it's 1/4 or 1/4 until the next hour begins. And so that's why it's called that. And last, we have 12 o'clock. And the reason 12 o'clock is an important thing to know is because 12 o'clock has 2 names, midnight and noon. Midnight comes at the middle of the night. That's why it's called midnight. Think about that, midnight being, that's when you're asleep. Noon comes in the middle of the day. Think about lunchtime. That's called noon. Now, midnight until noon, so 12:01 in the morning until 11:59 is AM. And there's 2 different ways you can write it. Check with your teacher to see which way they want you to do that. And from noon, which means basically after lunch, also called afternoon, until midnight is PM. And again, there's 2 different ways to write it with a P and an M. And again, check with your teacher on how they want you to write that. So let's do some practice real quick. We have 12 o'clock. Now we're going to move in 5-minute increments, and I'm going to kind of show you what it looks like on those hours. So after 5 minutes has passed, we've done 1. See, there's the 1. 1 jump of 5 means 12:05. It's 5 past 12. After 2 jumps, we've had 2 jumps. See, we're on the 2. That means 10 minutes have passed. We can count by 5s and get that. 5, 10. Next, we have 12:15. It's a quarter past. There's that key word, quarter past. And again, we're on the 3, so that means 3 jumps of 5. 5, 10, 15. I hope you're counting with me. Next, we have 12:20. Count with me again on these 4 jumps. See, we're on the 4. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. So the hour hand is still pointing towards the 12. It hasn't gotten to the 1 yet, so it's still 12, and it is 12:20. Next, what do you think it is? Let's count together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And the hour hand is still up there between the 12 and the 1. Since it hasn't gotten to the 1, it's still 12 o'clock, so it is 12:25. Next, what is it? Now, when I tell my students to tell time, I say look at the hour first. The hour is still here. It's in between the 12 and the 1 because as the minute hand moves around the clock, the hour hand moves a little bit too because it has to get to the next hour. So that is still between the 12 and the 1, so it's still 12, and let's see what the minutes are. 5, 10, count with me, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it is 12:30. 12:30, 12:30. Next, hour still at the 12. Count with me again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So it is 12:35. Next, again, the hour is still at 12. And so we're still telling the time on that. And we're going to continue to count through that. And let's go ahead and do our 8 jumps. 5, count with me. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So the time is 12:40. 12:40. Next, we're still moving around the clock. That hour hand still hasn't gotten to the 1, so it's still 12. Let's count by 5s again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So that means it is 12:45. And if you remember from our math terms, that means quarter till. So it's quarter till 1. And the reason it's a quarter till 1 is because after 12 comes the 1. Next, what is it again? Let's count again. Again, it's getting close to the 1, but it still hadn't gotten there, so it's still 12. And let's see what the minutes are. Count with me again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So it is 12:50. 10 till 1. Almost all the way around. Again, it's getting close to the 1, but it's still not there, so it's still a 12. Count with me by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So it is 12:55. 5 till 1. And last, it's made it all the way back around. An hour has passed, and look at the hour. It's pointing at the 1. It's finally 1 o'clock because an hour has passed. Now, it's your turn. I've mixed up the times. Now, to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the hour on all of these is 12. I really want to focus in on, can you figure out the minutes? You ready? Let's get started. What time is it? Remember, each that number, that's how many jumps of 5. 12:30, 12:30. Next. What time is it? 12:40. Very good. You're on the 8. That's 8 jumps of 5. What time is it? 12:20. I'm sure you're getting these correct. We're on the 4. See, 4 jumps of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. 12:20. What time is it? 12:45 is correct. That's a quarter till 1. We're at quarter till when it's at the 9. What time is it? 12:15 or a quarter after. We have at 3, so we have 3 jumps of 5. 5, 10, 15, 12:15. What time is it? 12:50 is correct. Again, hasn't gotten to the 1 yet, so it's still 12, and we have 10 jumps of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 12:50. What time is it? 12:10. That's correct. 5:10, still on the 12, 12:10. What time is it? 12:55 is correct. I know that's close to the 1, but it still hasn't gotten there, so it's 12:55. What time is it? 12:35. 12, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 12:35. What time is it? 12:25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 12:25. Last one. What time is it? 12:05. Just one jump, 5. That is correct. I hope this helps, making it a little bit easier. I noticed on video 2, I changed all the hours, which made it a little bit harder for some of my students, and hopefully not for you, but just in case, that's what this one's for. Guys, you're making math easier just by showing up. Thanks for being here today.